Where is that found? Let's read it again, because mother doesn't believe.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Right.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So after you're sold to your enemies as a slave man and slave woman, nobody is going to buy or redeem you. That is why we have not gotten a human leader on this planet that has taken us out of this captivity. Right. We have tried so many times and have failed because it is not prophesied that we are to be unified under one common man. The only person we are supposed to be unified under as Israelites is Christ.
That's right.
Verse 50, diseases. 56, 61, 51.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
So every plague and sickness not written in the law. Strange, because gonorrhea isn't written in the law. Syphilis isn't written in the law. AIDS isn't written in the law. All these sexually transmitted diseases are not written in the law, but they will afflict us. That is why we, our people, usually have the high STD rates. That's why we have the high gout rates. That's why we have the high blood pressure. All these sicknesses are brought upon because of our sins. Because our men and our women don't like to keep their stuff in their pants. Yes, little one, take the flyer. Take the flyer. Come one second, sister. 1 second. Okay, let me ask the little one a quick question. Little one, who is this? Who's this? She don't know? But who's this? Who's this sister as a walking? Who's this? Is Jesus? What does the scripture say Jesus looks like? Come. Listen. Revelation 1 and 14. Listen.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So Jesus Christ had white, woolly hair like your little daughter there, sister.
As white as snow.
But it was very white.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Because Christ drank wine moderately, so it gave him red eyes.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Look at your foot and your daughter's foot, sister. Look at your foot, little one. Look at your foot. What color is your foot? So she don't know? It's brown, like bronze. Like bronze. Right?
As if they burned in a furnace.
So Christ was a very dark man with woolly hair like your daughter. So when she grows up, she has to know this information because you thought Jesus Christ was a white man. Jesus Christ looked more like this. We're not saying this is Jesus Christ, but this is a more accurate description because if Jesus looked like this, where did we get the image of the white man from? We got that in slavery, sister. This Bible is our book. It's not for everybody else.
That's right.
So our next thing, you have to show that love for yourself and that love for your own hair. Because you have woolly hair just like Christ. She has woolly hair. That's a beautiful thing I hear, but what about you, sister? You have to show that beauty in your own self so your daughter follows you. Because the scripture says, so is the mother, so is the daughter. So she will grow up one day and start to straighten her hair, destroying her own scalp, giving herself the same diseases that we would read about as a curse unto our people. Fibroids. Alopecia. That is things that are strict in the black community because we straighten our hair. Because we hate our own hair. A simple thing like that. So, sister, you just have to know, teach the young one. And next thing you should teach the young one, 22 and 5. 22 and 5. You have it? You have it? Wait.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Right?
For all that do so are abomination.
So, sister, if you was to see all of us stand up here in nightgowns, not nightgowns, but exact, look at your face, sister. If you see us in dresses and bras are like it's, but you know, for carnival, everybody has seen men in dresses and nobody says a word. So imagine the flip side now. What are we supposed to say when we see a sister now wearing men's apparel? Pants. So and all I do so is an abomination. Just like homosexuality is an abomination. I put spirits on you, sister. I don't want the little one to get that spirit on her. She's supposed to know who she is according to the Bible. She's an Israelite according to the Bible.
That's right.
You understand this? You understand that, sister? We are not Trinidadians. We have been lied to way too long. We are as Israelites supposed to do laws, statutes, and commandments to get saved. Because I'm sure in your church they will tell you the laws are done away with. Have you ever heard that before? You never heard the laws are done away with? You never hear that? So how come you wear your pants sometimes that you don't want pants? Because we're following after the customs of the heathen is being Jeremiah 10. Those are customs of the heathen, sister. You have it? The custom of the heathen is being.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
The custom of these other people are vain. Their Diwalis, their Christmases, their Easters, they will profit you nothing other than death.
That's right.
You need to come up out of her. Revelation 18:4. You need to come up out of her. Get your mind prepared that this world is going to end with fiery destruction, and spiritually get yourself out of here. Because physically, you're going to be here. The angel's going to be the only thing to save you.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying,
So another voice from heaven was saying,
come out of her, my people.
So God is saying, come out of her, my people. Meaning the Israelites had to come up out of her. Meaning Babylon, the system, or more so North America and the doctrines of North America.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
They will not be partakers of all the customs that are in North America. Example, man and man relations, woman and woman relations, man and animal relations, all kinds of sicknesses that are in the mind and lust of the flesh come up out of that.
That you receive not of her plagues.
Because you're going to receive the plagues that are going to fall upon that city, which is death, fire, and destruction. That's right. Back to the curses. So, you really want to the disease?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the disease of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee also every sickness and every plague, which is not written in this book of the law.
So every sickness and plague not written in the book. Why do you think we usually, all the places in the world that usually have the mosquito viruses, that are like the chikungunya, the malaria, the dengue, it's always in a place. Jesus is Lord, but who's Jesus coming to save, sister? No, what are you? Are you an Israelite?
I am a friend. I was bought by the blood of Jesus.
No. He bought back the 9 tribes that went off. Because you're no. So you don't find people like the Israelites. Romans 9. Wait. You can put the banana in the mouth and square for a second. Romans 9.
The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 1, verse 3. For I could wish that myself were cursed from Christ, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
According to the flesh, not the spirit, sister.
Who are Israelites.
Who are Israelites.
To whom pertaineth the adoption.
Who pertaineth the adoption of sons and daughters of the Most High God.
And the glory.
And the glory.
And the covenants.
Both old and new covenants are for the Israelites. Letting the churches and the pastors fool you.
And the giving of the law.
Because the law was only given to the Israelites.
That's right.
And the services and the promise of God.
The services and promise of God. Because we are a royal priesthood. Believe it or not, we are in a debased state now. But we are a multitude that cannot be numbered. A royal priesthood. The only people who are allowed to properly serve God.
That's right.
God does not take offerings from these other nations.
That's right.
Yeah, keep going.
Whose are the fathers, and as whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came.
So concerning the flesh, because everybody I know is made of flesh, Christ came for. Christ only came and died for the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
Back to the curses. So, I ask you a quick question. You're working as a wife, right? Right. What is your nationality according to the Bible? Simple question. Your nationality, there are 18 nations in the Bible. What is your nationality? You want to know where that is? You want to know where? You're fulfilling a prophecy right now. Isaiah 1 and 3. You wouldn't believe how ironic it is that you walk in past here, you're fulfilling a prophecy.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner.
Is an ox a wise creature, a smart creature? An ox. It's a strong creature, right? Right? So are they smart? Are they smart? Smart, are they intelligent? Are they more intelligent than us? Right.
And the ass is master scribe.
So an ox that is not more intelligent than us knows who his owner is. Right?
And the ass is master scribe.
And a jackass, a stupid, a donkey, knows where his master is. So he knows where he's from. You cannot tell him he's from here because he knows he's not from here. But what?
But Israel doth not know.
So that's why I ask again, where are you from? What is your nationality according to the Bible? We don't know. As a prophecy being fulfilled right in front of your face. We don't know who we are. You ask an East Indian person, well, I know I'm from Bangladesh, I come on this boat, I do this. This is my ancestors, they can follow that. You ask a white man, they can follow their history straight back up to the cave. You ask the Chinese, they can follow history straight back up to the wall that they didn't build. But you ask us, well, because we are the Israelites, according to the Bible. Hosea 4 and 6, why don't we know this information? Why don't we know this information? Because I'm sure you've been taking you and your wife have been going to church. At some point in time, you went with her. Has this been taught to you?
The book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
So God's people, the Israelites, are destroyed. Look around, brother and sister. Our people are the lowest state. We have the highest age rate. We have the highest, all the bad things we are the highest in. Murder rate we are the highest. Thieving rate we are the highest. Jail rate we are the highest. Age rate we are the highest. Anything good we don't have nothing. Because we are destroyed. We as a people are destroyed.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
So because we have rejected knowledge of God, meaning keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, God has rejected us. Which is why when we pray, how come we still being afflicted to this day? 5 and 15.
The book of Hosea,
Same book Hosea.
chapter 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place.
So God will return to his place. He will go back into the heavens. He will not be in the midst of us like he promised us.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
Till we acknowledge our sins, our offenses against him.
And seek my face.
And seek his face. Laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the only way to come out of this captivity. So here's a simple law, brother. A simple law. And we're going to have a simple law with your wife as well. That you have written now.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 21 and verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head.
So the Israelite man is not supposed to shave his head bald like Michael Jordan. Right? So see, you have your head. You have your hair. Good job. But here's the catch now.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
So the Israelite man is not supposed to shave his head because you'll realize all the men here shave his beard. Because all the men here, you'll realize, you're not across the street. What little beard we have, we keep it to the fullest of our ability. I see that you can grow beards. So why don't you grow your beards? Because that's a badge of manly dignity. All the men of the Bible, all the strong men of the Bible, you hear about Samson, when you're slaughtering thousands men with a bone, with a donkey bone, beard, Abraham, beard, all our forefathers, beard. So you should grow your beard as well. But now on the flip side now, here's a law, Deuteronomy 22:5. On the flip side now, here's a law that your wife should keep. Because your wife is over the age of 20 and I'm going to guess further than that. So she would know of all the times that old people used to be.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So the woman is not supposed to wear which pertaineth unto a man. Let me ask you something. What does a man wear exclusively? Not today, but usually.
Well, they use this to wear long coat.
No. Women have coat too. So think about it more carefully. When they go to the bathroom, all you know is the male bathroom and all you know is the female bathroom.
See a woman standing on
A woman standing, what is she wearing?
a dress.
So you see it there, right there, right? Men who are wearing what? So if you see us in dresses, mother, what will you think of us? If you saw all us dresses and all we stand up, posing up for like as a photo shoot, what do you think about us? We some kind of kumsa, some kind of weirdos.
But in the beginning,
In the beginning, one.
all like Christ and all
get to that one
uses
thing.
to be wearing long.
No. A long garment, but not a long dress. A long garment, but a long garment is not a long dress.
Bring it out!
Exodus 20. Exodus 20. It's Exodus. Check it right. So look, but pants was there. Read this here.
The book of Exodus chapter 28 and verse 41. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother and his sons.
Thou shalt put them, the clothing he's going to bring out, upon Aaron and his sons, not daughters.
With him, and shall anoint them and consecrate them and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt make them linen breeches.
Linen breeches. If you look up breeches on any kind of encyclopedia, they will show you that it is pants. So pants was instituted even back then for men to wear, not women. Women are supposed to be in skirts, dresses. Because mother, I'm sure when you was a young girl, your parents, you never saw your mother wearing pants. When did that change? When did that change? The times changed, but the Bible didn't change. We changed. So that's why when we reach now, we say, no, the Bible is contradict itself. No, it doesn't. Your mind contradicts the Bible.
Right. That's right.
So here's our next small law, fringes. Next small law. These are the reasons why we are put into slavery now, believe it or not. You have it?
The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 28. Verse 38, sorry. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto the Israelite man, the Israelite woman. This is something that the two of you have to do.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
So we are supposed to have fringes in the borders of our garments throughout our generations. The two of you have children. So your children are supposed to have it. Your children's children are supposed to have it. And so on, so forth.
Throughout their generations. And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
A ribbon of blue, right? And what's the purpose of the fringes now?
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them.
So you can remember, when you're in the midst of some kind of folly, like the devil jump on you for a brief second, you're walking about, you're now with your wife, you know, thou shalt not commit adultery. You see our next woman, you look down on the fringe, slap yourself out it. What the hell I thinking here? The same thing with you. You know you're not supposed to be doing something like buying and selling on the Sabbath, because today is the Sabbath. You'd say, oh shucks, I forget, oh Lord, forgive me. Before you do it, stop one time. As the purpose of the fringes that's supposed to be instituted on us. So no pants, so women, no pants, men, no dresses. Man, no shave of face, woman, no pants. Fringes. To remember these things. Now the Sabbath. This is a simple one too, because today is a special day unto the Lord.
That's right.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
God said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, keep it separate, keep it different, keep it distinct, keep it consecrated. Why do you think he said to remember? Because just like with the fringes, to remember the commandments, our people have a tendency to forget stuff when it comes to God. So keep reading.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant.
So basically on today, we are not supposed to do any work. We are not supposed to buy or sell anything. We are not supposed to cook, kindle fire to cook. Because People died in the Old Testament, but we are under grace now to get our mind right. Right. Sister, yeah, I see you watching this sign. Who's this man? Who's that man? Now, don't watch the text. Don't watch the text. Forget this was here. Who's that? Who they tell it as? Be real. They tell it as Jesus. What does Jesus look like according to the Bible, sister? Nobody know what he look like? But look, the Bible have it here. He tell it. No, he's not a spirit, sister. He had a body. Because he was walking the earth. People saw him. When he was crucified, what you thought? They just pierced nails through a ghost? They pierced nails through a body. Revelation.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
So the revealing of Jesus Christ unto his servant John. So read it, verse 13. What else is right in the book, Evan? Yeah. Which one is that? Yeah, read that.
Verse 11, saying, I am Alpha and Omega.
Who's the Alpha and Omega? Jesus.
The first and the last.
First and the last.
And what thou seest, write in a book.
What thou seest, write in a book. So that means he saw Christ. Read verse 14. No, read verse 13.
Verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
So one just like Jesus, but an older version of Jesus. Because it was a wild time transgressed in his vision.
Clothed with a garment.
Clothed with a garment, not a dress. A garment.
Down to the foot.
Down to the foot.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So he had a big belt covering his loins. Big belt to wrap around the garment. Kind of like, where is it?
WWF belt.
No, kind of like, you want to show them Attire. Attire. Oh, when you tell a brother with a garment down to his foot.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So his head and his hairs were white in color, woolly in texture. Does that man have white woolly hair? Simple question. We're not saying this is Christ, but this is a more Michael, right. So then why did they give us that? Keep reading.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a... Mother, where you going? Chicago? Take what, son? Oh, she pulling your way, so you're supposed to be leading, she? Yeah, let them lead this sister. We're going on here. It's madness. Brothers who passing now. One second. So, Jesus Christ was a black man. Is a black man according to the scripture. Anybody that tells you different is lying. Complexion does matter. You have that scripture. If the preacher next Jesus, which one? 2 Corinthians.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, whom we have not preached.
So if anybody comes and teach you a white Jesus, which was not the Jesus of the Bible,
or if you receive another spirit, which you have not received.
Which you have not received the spirit, meaning you have not, the laws, statutes, and commandments, you have not been taught that.
Or another gospel, which ye have not accepted.
Which is Jesus died for the Israelites and only the Israelites.
Right. Ye might well bear with him.
So you know that you are being lied to. You know that you are being lied and deceived. Because the whole point of this, the other nations, is to keep you in sin. Because as long as you are in sin, you are going to remain in captivity and they are going to be above you. Judith 5 and 20.
Yo.
Judith 5 and 20. Because we think that we could go along in sin because most of us love this captivity. We love it. We love oppression. But hear this.
The book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God.
So if there be any error in this people, so, one second. I see you have Moses and the 10 Commandments. Are you aware that there are more than 10 Commandments in the Bible? Huh? Yeah, so why is not Moses and all the commandments? No, why is not Moses and all the commandments? A simple question. You can answer that question? But you say have a blessed day. Revelation 22.
Yo.
Revelation 22. Yeah.
The book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 14.
So this is what they say to be blessed.
Blessed are they that do his commandments.
So say you want a blessed day, you better be doing the commandments. Having that Moses t-shirt will not save you. Having fringes on your garments, however, will.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.